Okay guys, so I'm coming at you guys with a requested video. Ask and you shall receive. As you can see, I'm spotting a nice little tan. So I went ahead and tried to figure out what shade of the new Covergirl Trublend matte would be best for me. Now they have two versions of their caramels, it seems. They have a golden caramel and a true caramel. The true caramel right here looks a little bit more neutral, while their golden caramel looks more yellow. I love personally foundations that have more of a yellow base because I'm more yellow and orange on my skin than I am red. Neutrals sometimes or whatever, but I don't really know which one is my color right now. These might be too light, so if they are, I do have a few other ones. As for contouring, I'll be going in with the Soft Sable. We're gonna get right into this. Typically for any type of mattifying foundations, I always try to apply some type of oil to my face because me personally, they just don't blend out nicely for me. I don't know what I'm doing. So I always have some type of oil. Today I'll be using this Pixie Rose oil, but I'm just doing that so that my face doesn't look dry. So usually I'm caramel in most of drugstore products. However, since I am a little bit deeper right now, let's see if these work. I'm gonna start with the true caramel. So this is the true caramel. And to me, it's just a little bit too ashy looking, and I just don't think it matches my undertone. So we're not gonna do that color. It's a no for me, dog. See what golden caramel looks like. Honestly, it looks like it's oxidizing a little bit better on my complexion, but it's still just too neutral for me. I hope this is the right color. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna proceed with true caramel because to me the undertone is much more close to my actual undertone, but when I get to my forehead, I'm going to heavily contour. So okay, let's start with the Trublend. Hopefully I don't end up looking crazy because this is an experiment. You definitely have somewhere to be. My hand is so ashy right now. Okay, this looks way lighter. Whee! First foundation on my forehead. I don't typically go too far on my forehead because my forehead is always much darker than the rest of my face. So that's why I don't really apply foundation up there. So let's blend this out. Honestly, blending it out, it pretty much does match my complexion. It's not like too far-fetched. As far as coverage goes, let's see. As far as coverage, it's not giving me that it's full coverage at all. Yeah, this is definitely a medium coverage. I do have a mark here, so I always like to test out if foundations cover my marks. So it definitely is not a full coverage because my mark is, I don't know if you can still see it, it's still showing through. Looking for something that's more of like skin, this is definitely it because unless this is a buildable foundation, which I'm trying to see if it is, this is a very nude type foundation. Right now, as far as coverage, it's okay. I'm one of those people who, I don't know why I prefer full coverage, but I just prefer full coverage, and this is not it. So I'm gonna do one more, whatchamacallit, one more layer. Okay, let's see. So, it definitely looks like it's a buildable coverage. Do I want to have to lay on 2 layers of anything on my face? No. So now I'm gonna go in with this Soft Sable to contour. I just do a few dots along my forehead. A little right here. I don't know, but it is nice. It's a very pretty color. So now I'm just gonna continue with my normal makeup routine. What I can say so far about this foundation is I'm not super ecstatic about the coverage just because, I mean, I do have a tan, but there are some like darker marks that I have on my face that typically I like to cover up. Like I have a few like mini freckles that I personally notice that sometimes I'd like those to just be covered. And then just like things like this spot on my jawline, I obviously would want that to be covered, and it's somewhat covered. But then again, what I do like about this is if I'm looking for something that just looks like skin, this is definitely what I would pick up, because it literally just kind of blended into my own skin and it just kind of enhanced what my skin already looks like. So that's always major key. So now I'm just, ew. That made me choke. Ow, and I just stabbed myself with my tweezer. Okay, I'm really going through it. Okay, so now I'm just gonna continue with some of my staple products. And I'll just be going in with the Maybelline Age Rewind in the color Tan and Golden Doré. And I'm using these as my highlights. Ah! I don't know, the concealer and the foundation aren't merging together as it usually merges with any of my other foundations. It's kind of coming across as like an ashy color on top of the Covergirl. So that's no bueno. But I shall continue and hope for the best. But you know what? I'm thinking it probably looks a little bit more ashy just because the coverage on the foundation is so sheer that it's just like my skin with concealer. I think that's what it is. But whatever, I'm not gonna spend too much time on that. I'm just gonna set my concealer. Now I never really keep my banana banai powder baking too long because I don't need it to. So we're just gonna press this in. I'm gonna do my brows off camera and then I'll be right back. If you do want a new updated routine, leave a comment below and I will definitely get on that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add some mascara. And once I add my lashes, I'll be right back. So I put some lashes on and did a little band. That's why it looks a little bit darker up there. So I'm just gonna finish my face off now and I'm just gonna add some highlight. Still trying to get over this cold, it's disgusting. I'm going in with Golden Light by Milani. She's a very natural highlight. Today I'm going in with the color Elaine from iamLindaElaine, which is my very nude color. You guys know I'm such a nudist. So I'm going in with this color. I'm just going to do some nude lips as I always do, 90% of the time. And I'm just lining with this Wet n Wild pencil in dark brown. And then going in with iamLindaElaine in the color Elaine. Now just be setting my face with the Covergirl Lock It Up spray. And honestly, I really like this spray. It's super light. I feel like I talked about this in my last video. But it keeps my keeps my makeup in place, but it's a really light mist, like the MAC Studio Fix. So I've been digging this. So they came through with that. So like usual, I will be back in a few hours, not a few hours, I'll be back at the end of the day and I'll be letting you know how I like this foundation, but it definitely looks like it oxidized more to my color. So I definitely will say True Caramel is my actual, not True Caramel, Golden Caramel is my actual color in this foundation. So I will be back per usual and see you later. Okie dokie guys, so it is the end of my day. And yes, I changed myself and I got more spiffy, but I spoke entirely too soon on this foundation. Let me tell you real quick. First of all, I have no type of separation, no like, let me see before I speak. Yeah, no laugh lines. I always have like a wrinkle right here throughout the day. I don't have anything yet. My freaking skin looks so good. Like, you know how sometimes you see your foundation in certain lighting and you're like, oh snap, I look good. And then you see it in really bright lighting and you're like, okay, I could do better next time. This is actually not like that. Obviously I have lighting all around me and I'm like in love with this foundation. So what I can say is it definitely oxidized, which is a good thing. Because it seemed to have just like blended right into my skin. As far as the deeper color goes, sorry, I'm like looking in my mirror as I talk to you guys. As far as the deeper color goes too, I think it's like such a pretty like sun kiss type contour. Like low key, okay, I don't know what these drugstore companies are doing, what they've been doing, but between this and the Maybelline, like, yo, like, I don't even know which one I like more because I feel like they're two different finishes. I feel like the Maybelline Superstay that I've been wearing is a super full coverage. But this one, to me, again, isn't like a super full coverage foundation. So if that's what you're looking for, I suggest that you don't get this. But if you don't mind like building coverage and more of like a semi-full, and I say that very loosely, mostly medium, then like low-key, these are bomb. As far as what it feels like on my skin, it feels very light. It doesn't feel like my skin is like, you know how some drugstore foundations used to be? It felt like you were wearing a mask on your face and all you want to do is get home and wash it. These don't feel like that at all. I do know that they're oil-free, so that could definitely be what it is as well. So I'm not super oily or anything, even though I usually get oily in my T-zone. I have combination skin, and I pretty much have stayed fairly matte, actually. So low-key, Covergirl, you made me shut up because I was talking a little junk earlier, but like low-key, these are kind of popping. So again, if you're looking for something that's full coverage, it's a no. But if you're looking for something that's buildable, and yeah, I really thought I would have something like negative to say or bad to say, but I don't have anything. There's no flashback or any of that. So 2 more drugstore foundations like in my arsenal. Like, I have not bought one high-end foundation since my last one ran out. I don't even remember which one ran out. I haven't bought any other ones, like, because between Covergirl and Maybelline, like, saving some coins, okay? But alright guys, if you have any questions about this foundation or want to see any other products be reviewed, leave a comment below. Sorry, I'm a little, I'm really tired right now, so about to wash my face and go to bed after I shower. So like usual, I don't even know why I'm like rambling. This is how you know I'm tired. Like usual, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at iamLindaElaine, Snapchat at JaMexicanBeauty, and I hope you have a marvelous day or night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll see you later. Deuces.